John from JO Ventures Outdoors, and here I am again. Take two. I had before a video up. I have to explain this a little bit. Had a video up earlier that was a response to Patty's potato peelers, and I looked at it and I just felt like the camera work was way too shaky. So I decided I would just do a take two here. And so I apologize for having to take that down. But this is on my work area. Patty put out a video on his work area and kind of a open tag. Randy's WSG also had a video out, and I thought that was really great. So I wanted to do one, but it's really difficult to hold the camera and not be in the tripod. So it was very shaky and I think a little too rambly. So, and this will be a little bit rambly, so I apologize for that. But I'll show you some of my latest projects too. And a knife I got from WSG, Randy's WSG also. And just some things going on. But here's my basic work area. And you can see that it's basically a countertop on a toolbox down below there. And so that's kind of where I do leather work and videos. Now that white cutting board where the knives are sitting there is actually the board that has all the stickers on it from all the channels. And I may try to turn that over if I can here in a minute, but it has several things on it. Up here, this is just in my garage, okay? So there's the tripod I use, and I'm trying not to move the camera too much here. And there's my leather that I use, and the dies that I use for leather working and things are all in that box up there. The glues are there that I use, and then there's the leather, the leather stock that I use. I get that from Tandy Leather here in this state. We actually have a store. Up above that is just scrap leather and that sort of thing. So the shelving is here just along one wall. And then I just have this one small space right here. So that I work out of. And there's the tripod set up. When I'm not using the tripod, I put it up over here. And hopefully I wasn't moving too fast there, but so you can kind of see the general work area. So I'm going to put the camera, there's my ring light and my other lighting. It's just a treble light. And this gives me enough light really for videos. It's really improved it. So I'm going to put this on, it's going to be a little shaky here, but I'm going to put this on the tripod here. And so it's a little more stable. I'll show you some of the tools that I used for leather working primarily. And so the first one here is just, this is a mallet, and I got this not long ago, and it really works well. And so when I'm doing work here, you can see a couple projects that I have here. This was a slip that I did for a viewer. Both of these slips are for the same viewer. This one is for a Gerber, a small Gerber knife. It'll also fit a classic SD. And then I did another slip here for this knife right here, which is actually mine, but the viewer has one just like it, Oldtimer 12OT PAL. And that's a USA version. And so did these two slips for that viewer. Very supportive viewer, comments on all my videos. Really appreciate it. And so when I'm doing leather work, you can see here there's holes in this rubber mat. It's on top of this quartz slab. And so that's where I do the punching and for the eyelets and that sort of thing. So up here in the toolbox is where I keep all the tools. And if I can swivel this camera around, I will to show you more of it. But, you know, here we've got the, you know, the stamps. These are the stamps that I use primarily. You've got the deer, you've got the bear, the fish. These are all the stamps And this was just a kit from Hobby Lobby. So I showed this in the original video too, but it's a little less shaky. So then we've also got a setter and an anvil. This is for the eyelets. The eyelets on these products here, on these leather projects. So there's that. Use this rolling cutter quite a bit, kind of a rolling razor blade. And then also in here, this is the punch that I use to punch the holes for the eyelets. And so I'll use that rubber mat down below to do that as well. There are also other tools in here. The burning, this is the wood burner or leather burner that I use to do the initials in the leather. Fobs that I send out. And then here is, I just got this organizer for all my eyelets and snaps. And there's some more setters and anvils and that sort of thing. This is much more organized than what I was before. So I have some other odds and ends in there as well. There are needles in here. Reaching around to get the needles. And then I also have needles over here. I've got the thread. There's some thread, and there's needles that I've been using. I just used that orange thread on that green one. Just got a new leather lace to use for lanyards. And this is just from Hobby Lobby. There's some more thread over there, some more tools over there in the corner. And I'll see if I can swivel the camera here just a little bit so you can see that just a little better. Hold on just a second. Yeah, this might work here. But so I don't know how to switch that around. There we go. But yeah, just right over here. Yeah, there we go. You have to find the right adjustment. There we go. So over here, I got this cup. It's got, a bunch of tools in it. There's my burnisher. And I use some burnishing cream that Georgia Adventure, I kind of learned from him, this tonicol. So I use that too, Randy. So yeah, there you go. And there's my burnishing tool. And kind of stepping around the tripod, but you see some other tools. This the edge groover, making sure you get a nice straight stitching line. Sanding board, awl. This ruler I use a lot. So those are just general tools. Clamps when gluing. You want to clamp the leather together. And then over here, we'll just move this down here just a little bit. Move over. That's the board, the cutting board with the stickers on the other side. Here's my latest carry. The Spyderco Para 3 that I won from CB Tactical. The Field Master that Tom from Knife Delights gave me. And then Randy's WSG, this is my next project. He sent me this knife as a gift. This is an Imperial two-bladed jack. And he said it reminded him of an Imperial that is from my childhood. And he's exactly correct. Very similar Jackmaster, two-bladed jackknife. And thank you, Randy, for that gift. I'm going to be doing a project for him. And he sent this. This is an Ozark Trail. These are very good, by the way. Slip joint knife. He sent that as a guide. And then here's an outline of the knife that I'll be doing the slip for, which is a very good idea. I should be able to do a slip for him out of this outline. He sent me a couple stickers over here. You can see my battery charger, my charger for my phone. I often use that if I'm doing videos. I need to keep my phone charged at the same time. Sometimes when I'm making slips, I use another slip as a guide, a pattern, and I did that for this green one. For for the viewer. I used this as a guide and just made it shorter. So there's that. We got some coasters that are over there in the corner. That vise with the boards in it is actually my stitching saddle. And so that works great. Tripods and things get hung up there. And then you can see the drill. There's a drill up there. Hard to see that, but yeah, so this is my basic work area. And these are the latest projects and some of my tools that I use. Some gifts. Thank you to Randy WSG, Randy's WSG. Appreciate that gift. Thank you to Patty for this open tag. And thank you all for watching.